I would like to thank you for coming to Space Camp this week, and particularly I would like to express my appreciation to the parents who have permitted their sons and daughters to attend this special program. You know, Space Camp is really set up to encourage young men and women to excel in science and math. We use the space program as a focal point. We believe the space program is important to this nation, and certainly in the future it will be. And if we can teach you the importance of having a good foundation in science and math by using the space program, then we feel that we've accomplished our objective. To the future, I say to you, young men and women who will be our scientists, our astronauts, and our pilots in the 21st century, I wish you well, and I know you will be great achievers, and I know you will make us proud. And I'm looking forward to the day when one of you space campers plant the U.S. flag on the surface of Mars.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to Huntsville. Welcome to Space Camp graduation. I'd like to personally thank you for being here this morning because I know that you had to make sacrifices to be here. But I'm sure the young men and women that you represent here will find it particularly pleasing that you're here to see them graduate. They've certainly worked hard this week and all deserve to be here at graduation. The young men and women around the room in the royal blue flight suits and the royal blue knit shirt and shuttle shorts are the counselors. They have been the mother, the father, the brother, the sister, the mentor this week. And they've done an excellent job. I would invite and encourage you as you leave today to spend a few minutes talking with them. And I think you too can tell me that they are truly committed to what they're doing and that they truly do care about the young men and women that go through our programs. Space Camp is based on hands-on learning. We found out through educators that the more you can excite the senses and the more senses you excite as you go through training and learning, the more they remember. And we certainly attempted to do that this week. A Chinese proverb comes to mind that goes something like, teach me and I'll forget, show me and I'll remember, involve me and I'll understand. And we very much tried to involve the young men and women this week in the program so that they will remember this as one of the high points of their life. This week, as the celebration starts, headed towards the 16th, which is the launch of the Saturn V to the moon, and ultimately the landing of the first spacecraft on the moon on July 20th of Apollo 11, it's befitting that we have a special guest with us this morning and a moonwalker. On May 5th, 1961, Alan Shepard rode his Freedom 7 Mercury spacecraft atop a Huntsville Redstone rocket for a 15-minute suborbital flight. And at that point, America was in space. Alan Shepard's success gave the country and the space program the courage to move aggressively towards a goal soon articulated by President Kennedy, an American on the surface of the moon by the end of the decade. After 2 successful landings on the moon, the space program suffered an in-flight failure aboard Apollo 13. NASA then turned again to its original pioneer in space to command the important Apollo 14 mission, which was designed to get the Apollo program back on track. With Ed Mitchell and Stuart Rosa, Shepard traveled 230,000 miles to the moon and landed his craft a bare 90 feet from its target. It's with great pleasure this morning that I welcome naval aviator, test pilot, commander of Freedom 7 and Apollo 14, our nation's first astronaut, Admiral Alan B. Shepard.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. I'm standing here wondering why we're arguing about going to Mars, whether we're going to use chemical fuels or whether we're going to use nuclear propulsion. I think we'll just take this crowd right here, we'll just go directly there without anything else. Great enthusiasm. It's as Richard said, it's a coincidence that I'm here in town for some other events, but it is pleasing to me to have a chance to visit with you briefly on the occasion of your graduation, and obviously to congratulate not only the young ones, but also the older ones, and the proud parents who are here with us today. I did have the opportunity to make the first space flight, as Richard indicated to you, and I remember back in the spring of 1961, we've been in training for a couple of years, and being a little disappointed to find out that the monkey was going to fly into Redstone before me. And also a little disappointed to find out the little rascal did a pretty good job. And also disappointed to find out they were thinking about flying him again because he'd done such a good job. But really pleased to discover that when they tried to put the spacesuit back on the monkey the second time, he would not go. He absolutely refused to go for another ride, and I had the chance to do it. So, seriously, it has been my pleasure to be involved in space for a long time, and also association with Space Camp here in Huntsville in Florida for a long time. It's exciting to us older folks to see so much enthusiasm and interest and motivation from you young people who someday, in fact, will be going to Mars. It's going to be tough. You're a little bit smarter than everybody else, that's why you've chosen you. But you're going to have to work a little bit harder than everybody else to be able to plan the mission and conduct it successfully. But whether you go to Mars or whether you land on the moon and pick up some fancy rocks for nuclear fusion process of the future, or whether you just orbit the Earth in a space station, let me assure you that all the extra effort is worth it because it's a lot of fun. There are a lot of fun times up there. Not only fun looking back at planet Earth from whatever distance, but fun in zero gravity. You know, this cute little girl right down here in the second row, suppose I were holding her out like this. We're orbiting around in the space station. I'm holding her like this in zero gravity, and I let go. What happens? What happens? She stays right there. She doesn't go anywhere, just floating. Now it happens to be time for her to go to bed, and her sleeping bag is way up there in the corner. So what do? We just give her a little push like that. She floats on up there, unzips the sleeping bag, floats in, zips it up, goes to sleep. It's a lot of fun. And a lot of opportunities for the future. In the early days, test pilots only because you had to get the thing up and down. But today, scientists, engineers, people of varying disciplines and interests are flying this very day and having a great time in the shuttle. So you don't have to be able to see forever. You don't have to be in the top-notch physical condition, though it does help. People with glasses flying. So if you have any desire at all, don't be discouraged just because you don't happen to be the hottest test pilot in the whole world like I am. So again, congratulations to you youngsters and congratulations to the parents, and have a happy graduation day. Bye-bye.